Okay, let's see. Hello everyone. This is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage at stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net, where you can learn more about me. You can see what classes, events I'm having. You can see our products. You can place an order. If you do place an order that's less than $150, please use this host code. If it's $150 or more, that qualifies as a party, and so don't use the host code. You'll just get, and you will get some host rewards. Okay. What else are we gonna say? You also can join my team if you were interested. I would love to have you join my team, or even just if you just want to buy some products. Whatever you would like, I would be happy to help you. Okay, now I hope everyone had a good weekend. Today is Tuesday, April 12th. It's hard to believe we're already in the middle of April almost. It's like, once again, time is just like flying by. But that is life, I guess you'd say. Okay. For this, what I'm going to be doing today is going over some stamping basics. I had a request to just really show a basic, like how to do a basic card, and I thought, it's been a while since I did something like that, so I thought, okay, I don't mind doing that, and so let's see how that goes. And so this week I'm going to be focusing on doing some basic stamping, kind of like as if someone has never really stamped before, and then kind of work my way up a little bit throughout the week. Okay, so one of the first things is that you're going to need, if you want to start stamping, to choose. So you're going to need some basic things, and you're going to want to choose like a stamp set that is a little bit versatile for you. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I was going to show you also, you need to have things like card bases, envelopes, stuff, things like that. So one of the things I wanted to show you, this is our catalog that is retiring, and so I do hit, and this is the one I brought it over this time. I haven't been bringing over this one, but I thought this time I would see if that helps. I just see my paper looks a little bit washed. My picture looks a little washed out here. I changed a few things here with, so let me just see if it's any better. Move things around a little bit there. Okay. Anyway, there's a couple things that we have that can make it easier for you to get started stamping. Okay. We do have some note cards and envelopes. Okay, and they come together. You get 20 cards and 20 envelopes for $7. And I looked because some items are increasing in price with our new catalog. This is not. These are staying the same, $7. And they are a little bit smaller than what you see a lot of people doing, like a basic card, what they call an A2 card. But this comes, it's got, it is already has a little score mark in it to help this fold, and then you just fold it in half. Now if you have a bone folder, that can be helpful. But if not, you don't even necessarily have to have that. See, I just kind of run it along where the crease is, just to kind of help it so it'll be a little smaller. If you have, and you're going to need at least one block, so you could even do that. Let me move this a minute. You can even do that with like your block. Okay, Bone folders are about $7, and you can get them in here. Bone folders are, you can find them a lot of places. I do like the feel of our bone folder. Okay, another choice besides now these are a little bit smaller, as I said. When the size of the note card when it's folded is 5 by 3.5. Okay, so they are just little. It's almost like the size of, like if you go to the, like the dollar store or something like that, they have those little thank you notes. This is about the size of those. Okay. What's nice with this though is that you're making your own. You're making it the way you want to make it. We also do have what is called, I have to come back over this way, Memories and More cards and envelopes. Now, every catalog has some that are printed to coordinate with one of the sets in the catalog. So in our annual catalog this year, this one went along with what our stamp set called, and paper called hand penned. Okay, and this one has this fancy envelope here. There's a little bit of like one of the papers there, and then this card that goes with it. Now this is a little bigger, and the size of this, I just want to read it so I'm telling you correctly. Oh, they didn't say. Where's my, and I don't have, I usually have this little, I was working on some project in the other room and I didn't bring in my pen, hold on a second. See if I can get over here without knocking everything. Okay, just had to take off my microphone off, so I don't know if that makes how much noise that makes. All right, so sorry. I thought I had everything. There'll probably be something else I missed too. Okay, these when they're folded are 4 1/4 by, well, 6. Let me just 6 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So they're a little bigger. This is from this year's annual catalog. They are being discontinued. If they're still available, I didn't have a chance to go on and see what's available, what isn't, because there's so many things I wanted to share with you. But they were marked down to $8. So if those are still available, that's something you could get going forward, to give yourself, that'd be one choice you could have. Our mini catalog has these two, and this one, yeah, that's a little smaller. That's what I thought. This one is, the card is, oh no, it's still 6 1/4. I probably just didn't hold it correctly. Yeah, 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, but it has two sizes. And so, which actually, I probably could just look down here because I think it's the same. Well, it says the large one should be 4 by 6. It's really a little bit, okay. So we also have some that come that are white. And they are 6 by, so these are basically about 4 by 6, okay, and the same, they have some white ones here, and then they also have the smaller size, this size, which is 3 by 4, okay. So if you want it, now the 3 by 4, I'm not sure that can be mailed, but if you're someone who likes to give little handwritten notes, just pass it on to somebody, like a thinking of you type thing that you're going to just not mail, but like you like to hand out to people, thank you notes, whatever it might be, those would be good for that. All right, so those would be some options for you. That's really what I'm talking about, these, is that those would be some options for you. The note cards just have the one size card in it, okay. And to kind of show you, well, right here, to show you the difference. Now, most cards that I make are what they call an A2. So the finished size of the card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So see, this is a little smaller. I do it on the brown so you can see it's a little smaller. but both of these can be mailed. Okay. Some of the smaller, like we have some 3x3 things also. Those cannot go in the mail. Those would be more like a gift enclosure. Okay, so for sure you need something that you can, that can be your card. Now, what a lot of people do when they get into stamping more is buy some of our basic white cardstock or the very vanilla, and they cut that up to make their own card bases. But that's something that's a little, you don't need to do all that to get started. You can just do this. Okay, and then also you're going to need, I mentioned the basic stamp set, which I'll look at stamps here in a little bit. Another thing you're going to want is at least a stamp pad so that you can actually stamp your, use the stamp and stamp an image, stamp your sentiment. Okay, and so if you wanted just something basic, you can choose a color from, one of the colors, because we have, it's like 40 colors plus, because we have 4 what they call color families. They each have 10 colors in them. And then we have our in colors, which are colors that change every year. And we get them, they last for 2 years. So that would be 50 colors. Okay, so there's plenty to choose from if you didn't want this, but if you just want to start out simple, you can just get the Tuxedo black ink pad here. It does come with a refill, so that, you can order a refill so that you can re-ink it as needed. Okay, but so at least minimally that, and that is $6 for that. Okay, so if you want to add color and you want something fairly simple, you can get the watercolor pencils. We have 2 assortments, and so each has a little different colors in them. One is $16, one is $12.50. So that's a little more, but you get a lot of different colors, and compared to buying like markers or the blends, which we have some alcohol blends, we have some water-based markers. The water-based markers come in a set, and they get the assortment, and they come in an assortment. So for each family, it's $30. You do get 10 markers, so that's $3 a marker. But, so see, that's a little bit more expensive than the watercolor pencil. So if you wanted something basic, you could start with this. The blends are $9 each. Okay, so just to give you a little idea, if you want to add color, you can do it that way rather than having to buy a lot of color to begin with. All right, the other thing is that you need a black. Let's see if I can find these now, because I thought I had them all, and okay, I was trying to. All right, wait a second. I know I looked in the other. I forgot to look in. It's not there. Where are they called? Well, anyway, we have different sizes, okay? And the D black, no, there's a D black and there's a G black. Wow. I looked at that wrong. That is D. Okay, it's D. I'm getting confused. I'm confusing myself. The D black, I looked at it wrong earlier, is about the size of a black that they provide if you get paper pumpkin kit. If you get any kits that have stamping in them, they all include a black. Okay, and this is one of the blacks from there. That's the same size as our D black. Okay. What's nice about these blocks is that it's ergonomic, like they have finger grips in them. These are thinner, okay? So, but you could get this block you're going to be able to do most stamps on that. If you have a bigger stamp, like one of the stamp sets the stamps I chose today, you would need a bigger block for that one. And this is, I want to make sure I'm telling you an I block. I thought that was we have another block that's kind of long like this, but it's a little thinner. This does just fit on there, but if you get this black, then a lot of the bigger stamps will fit on that long, like the longer ones. If they're really, some of them are really wide, so then you would need, then you might need this black. But what I would suggest is try to an E black, but try to choose something that you don't necessarily need a lot of blocks, okay? And one of the way, how do you know what you need? Okay, so let me go. I feel like I'm jumping around a little. I'm trying not to do that, but I'm just trying to give you the different, things that you would need. All right, so I chose a set that I have called Enjoy the Moment. This is, as you can see, this is kind of like a pen and ink type drawings, and it's nature. I like a lot of these kinds of things. This is retiring, and it was marked down from $23 down to $18.40. So if this is something you like, I would say jump on and get it, because it's only going to be available till May 2nd. All right, so then, and I'll be stamping with this in a few minutes, but see, it's got some images, it's got some different sayings, and these sayings could be for a lot of things. Good things are worth waiting for, a little note, enjoy the moment, friendship is found in simple things, and happy birthday. It doesn't specifically say thank you on here, but you could, incorporate a thank you idea with this. All right, and then so this one is going away, but as I said, I chose it because it's very simple and just hopefully to give you an idea. I also wanted to show you, though, a couple other items that would be available to you are painted poppies. Now these are just images, so obviously if you get this, you would need a second one. This is a companion one, Peaceful Moments. This is going forward. Both of these have die sets that coordinate with them, but you don't have to have the die sets, okay? Because that's beyond where you would be now, but just because you might see that if you looked at it. Okay, life is better with a friend like you. Always remember, happy birthday. You shouldn't have, but I'm glad you did. Congratulations. With deepest sympathy, thinking of you with all my heart. Thank you. These are the moments we'll look back on with joy. Wishing you every happiness a special day will bring. So it's kind of like this one, like happy birthday. Wishing you every happiness a special day will bring. Thank you. You shouldn't have, but I'm glad you did. Thank you. Life is better than a friend. These are the moments we look back on, things like that. You can mix and match them, actually. And so that might be a good choice. These might be a good choice for somebody. But then again, it's 2 stamp sets. Okay. What else we have in here that kind of can coordinate? Because if you just want to see, one of the things I want to show you is, say, if you started with something like this, there are some other sets that can be like companions to go with that could kind of expand what you are doing. This one is retiring. This one is going forward. Okay. This does have dies that coordinate with it. Again, I'm just telling you because it's available, not because you are going to want to get that now. But this was $22. It's now $13.20. Okay. This one is going forward, so it's not marked down. This has a Dragonfly Punch that coordinates with it, and that is also going forward. And here it is, just to show you that. That's this one. Okay, so I'm just showing you this to say you can start out with something simple, and then sometimes there's other sets that will go well with it. And I did want to just show you, because there are also sometimes, like, we have some other stamp sets we have which can be good, are things like this. These are big. See, they're big. This is the size of them. So these are big greetings. So this is thanks. It has thanks in 2 fonts. It has happy birthday, hello, and friend, and then in these as well. So if you wanted, you could say happy birthday on the big bold letters, or you could say happy and this birthday, or this happy, and this birthday. So you got some choices there, and these can take up a lot of space on your card. Let me just kind of, these are clear black, so with a clear black you do want something under it to give you a better impression. But let me just show you, for example, if we can see it. I don't know how well it'll show up on here because this is white. Do it correctly. Let me see, does that show up? Kind of. Let me get my, see if it shows up a little better. I don't know if it's any better on the yellow. Although it wasn't bad, I see now on the white. I can see it on my computer, but it's okay. So let me just show you this. If you did this, you could say, okay, here's this happy. So you could say happy birthday. See, that takes up a lot of space on the front of the card. If you were doing it on this card, it really takes up even more space. Okay, so you could do it like that, or you could choose to use, where is it here? Oh, thanks. I can't even, it's bad. Birthday. I don't know what I do with the happy here. Happy birthday. See, so that gives you a few choices. I'm not going to keep going on with all this, but just to show you that that would be something, you know, and we do have some different, there are different stamp sets that have big greetings like that. And some people like that because it just, you stick it on the front of the card and you can add a few extra little stamps with it if you want, or just leave it like that and you've got a card. Okay, so I wanted to show you here the card that I do have cards that were made using the stamp set. Now these are the birthday I was looking for before, I was over here stuck down in the wrong spot. Okay, just to show you, I should take this out of here. This one was made by, I did not make this one, somebody gifted that to me. One, I can't think of her name right now, but anyway, so here's a very simple one. And in a minute I'm going to show you some stamping. I can even show you kind of how that was done. I think I can show you how that was done. But in this one I did use a brown card base and then a piece of, is that white or is that, yeah, white. I thought it was, but every now and then if it's very vanilla and white, if they're not next to each other, it's hard to tell. So I just did that very simply. You know, friendship is found in simple things. Excuse me. If you want, the thing is, you start simple and then you can add more things as time goes on and you get more confident. You can add some bling, you can add a ribbon, you can, you can start doing stuff with dies and add little die cuts. There's so many things that you can do, but we're starting with simple. So this is really simple, and I'm going to show you that on our note card in a moment. Then this is another one that stepped up. It's still fairly simple, but it stepped up a little more because I put a piece of, this is a yellow cardstock. That one I think was I don't remember if that was Crushed Curry or Bumblebee. I think it's Bumblebee. And then I took a piece of our designer series paper and I put it on there. And then on a smaller piece of cardstock, I stamped this. Friendship is found in simple things. I put a couple of these seed pods there and a few seeds there. Okay. This person stepped it up even more. This is our crumb, I think that's crumb cake. And then she took a piece, so she made a card base out of the crumb cake. Then she took a piece of cardstock and she ran it through with an embossing folder, and that's what gives this paper that, hopefully it shows up there, the that little bit of like the ridgy type stuff that you can see, a little bit of dimension there. And then she took a piece of brown cardstock, of our dark brown and early espresso. She put that, and then she actually took a smaller piece of this crumb cake and she stamped on there, and she did it first in black, or maybe it's the early espresso actually. And then she repeated again using, this is using embossing powder. There's a clear ink that we have that she put it on and then put the other over it. So, and then just a little colored around it a little. Okay, so I'm just showing you, I'm not expecting that, you're jumping to one of these, but I just wanted to show you that as time goes on and you get more practice in, you get more used to using your stamps, that you can start doing, you can add more to your collection, start doing things more like this. Okay, so it doesn't have to stay this very simple forever, but to start you out, that's what you want to do. Okay, all right, so let me stamp a little bit here, and I hope I didn't overwhelm you. I will have a list, I will add a list of things that you can go. And some people do start by buying a stamp kit that has, is an all-inclusive kit. We have quite a few. If you go to my website and my webpage right here again, the stamp around the table, that's stampinup.net, and you go to the shopping and you type in even to look kits, KITS. It'll take you to the kits. There's something like 20 kits, 22 kits available, and they will all come with, like, if it's to make cards, most of them do make cards, some have other items in it, but it gives you everything you need in that kit to make the items that they are suggesting, if you do it the way they suggest. And minimally, it would get a little stamp, Stampin' spot, it's called, like it's this big, okay, and it will have some color in it. It will give you card bases and envelopes if it's for cards, if it's for a different type of thing. We have a few that are more 3D items, but most of them are cards. So it will give you that, and you get the block like this. So that would be one way to get started. But if you want, to expand a little bit more, or you want to start this way, you can get the note cards and envelopes. So here, that's what I did with this. The note cards and envelopes. One stamp pad, and this. So, and one, doesn't have to be this one, but I'm just showing you a stamp set, this block, okay. Minimally, that's what you would need, is these, because then you got your cards and envelopes, a stamp set, and ink. Okay, that's all you have. You can make some nice cards. Okay, and so what I would suggest is, when you're looking to see what do you want, choose a set that you like the artwork in it, and you like the sentiments, something that you feel you could use for a few different things. Okay, so I'm going to try and show you, see if I can get this to do this correctly for me. Sometimes when I think, here, I need to grab okay. All right. So this is that, see, it's a little longer, so this obviously wouldn't fit on this block, so I definitely needed a bigger block. And what I do a lot of times, like with the littler stamps, a lot of times we stamp it like this. The bigger blocks, I like to do this way. Turn the block with the stamp on it. Oh, which I should show you that. Okay. The stamps, when they come, the sticky is on it, okay? You have a sticky. It doesn't have the sticky on it. It's got, but the backing, with the back without the sticky will still stick to this. But that's another thing for another day, but it's sticky, so it will stick right to this acrylic block, okay? So basically, to your block, you're going to put this down, and then And you can change those out as you need to. Okay, then you're going to stamp it up. So to give like this effect, what I did was I stamped this, and then I stamped it again just a little lower and to the left. Oh, that's over a little more than I did the original one, but I should have done it down a little more like this. But anyway, so then I just said, and then I chose, I just had that there. Friendship is found in simple things. So see, that's a smaller one, so I do it that way. And this one I'm putting up there. The other one I put down lower. And then these, so I do have a little block for these, but this could go, I'll show you, on here too. And I would put it over in a corner. Okay, let me try that again just because let me get another one here. Okay, and again, so here you can see right there is, right here is where there's a little bit of a score mark. So you know that's the center. So I'm going to try that once more for you. And what you can do, and this is what I do a lot of times too, is I have some scrap paper that I do it on first to practice and get it the way I want it. So then this is more what I did, was like this. There, that's a little better. And with this, looks like I went like this. And just kind of like that. There. I like that a little better. Now this, obviously in here, was done in a brown. This is in the Memento, in the black, the Tuxedo black. And this time I'm going to put it a little different just to show you. Right here. Be down here. I'm going to put that there. Enjoy the moment. So there's another. Okay. And then if you want to add another sentiment inside, you can do that. And you could even add, let me just show you what, a lot of times we'll put a little image on the inside just to kind of, so there's that. And it's okay that it's not all super dark. And if you want to put another, enjoy the moment, you could say something else, or you can just handwrite it. Okay. And then here's my bone folder. Like that. Or as I said, you could even use this. Okay. Now, you have an envelope. A lot of people who have stamped like to add a little something on the envelope, so you can even just do this. Okay. So there you go. And there's a set ready to go. This one's ready to go, really. You could just, again, do the inside and do the envelope. All right, let me try. I'll do another one here. Suddenly I'm all thumbs. All right. So basically this is the very basic. You need something to stamp on. You need at least one stamp pad, and you're going to need a stamp. Okay. So this one, let me see. Let me just think here. I had put a few. Oh, I know. I did. I wanted just to show you how. I open it. I fold that, or at least make sure I know where that is, so that if I want it on the front, I don't want it to go over onto the back. And we have really 2 seed pods. And I'm going to put this like this. And this seed pod, I'm going to put like that. And then I'm going to do it again, something up in this corner. And then just in the center there, I'm going to put good things are worth waiting for. And again, you can add a little bit to the inside here. If you want to do 2 like I did on the front, you can, or you can just do the 1. And you can do one on the envelope as well. Again, just to kind of decorate up, or if you wanted, you could put it on the back like this as well. Okay, so there's another one. Good things are worth waiting for. Okay, let me do, well, here there's 3 because these are a little different, but like this. And I'll do just one more. Okay, and this one, let me think, because I had played around before just to help get some idea. Oh, I know, I was going to do a little note. Let me try this. We also have these seed pod things. I'm not even sure what all these things are. I know some of them, but, and I want this to come down off here a little, so I have that's another reason I have scrap paper underneath, like that. And this, I was thinking I might do this. A few seeds right there, like they fell out. And I think I'm gonna have some black on my finger, and I put it there, so I'll do that to cover that up. And what else might I want up there? And I wanted to say just a note. I think I want something right over here, so maybe I'll just do another one of these. Or a little note. Now you might not like, how I did this, and you think, man, I would have done this or that, and that's fine. That's part of the beauty here. And I meant to bring in that's part of the beauty, is that we each do it the way we want, that we like. Okay, so there's another one. And again, I could do the inside, do the envelope. So let me move some stuff out of the way here so you can see. Now, if you thought, you know what, I do like, just for example, this does not mean this is what you have to do, but maybe you do like this set, but you say, I don't really want the black. Okay, there is brown. We got some different browns, and this brown here is, and what I used on here is soft suede. No, is that right? Well, that is black now that I see this. This is early espresso, sorry. And then we have a soft suede, which is a little bit lighter. Okay, it's more lighter. Might be a little closer to this, but that's really just this stamped out. Like you stamp it and stamp it again like I did. Now that I looked at it closer with this next to it. So that is black and that is black. Okay, but basically, if you wanted the brown instead of the black, you could do that and get that instead of the Memento. All right, get just like the brown, just choose a brown ink pad. The ink pad, and I should tell you here. Now, some of our items are going up by like maybe quarter, 50 cents. The paper is. The ink pads are going up a little bit too. So let me just see. Yeah, I don't know how well. This gives you a little idea. It's not as good as in person, but early espresso and soft suede, so they're pretty close. But if you did decide that you wanted to get a pad of the paper, 8.5 by 11, that is $8.75, and that's going to soon be I think it's going to be $9.25 next month. And the stamp pad $7.50. Okay, so just if you wanted that instead of the black, that's all I'm saying. I said black just because it was easy, you know, it can go with really anything. And this would be one way to help you get started. Another way, as I said, is you can go to the kits, and I'm going to take the envelope away so you can really, and the other would be the kits. Okay, I'm just going to put those three there because that first one was more like a, yeah, let me just try this one more time to see if I can get them to lay down just a little more. Okay, so you can get a look at those now. And again, as I said, you might not care for this stamp set, and that's okay. You might like the stamp set and think, oh, I would have done differently than what she did. That's okay too. The beauty of doing stamping yourself is making it the way you want it and have it the way you want it to look. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. And I know it's a lot of information in a short period of time. In the comments, I will put down, write out some of this for you so that you can, just to get the, see what are things that you need, the things I mentioned that are just the basic stuff so that you can get started. All right. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is answering the request. Tomorrow on my YouTube, I am starting to share these to the YouTube as well. So this will be shared later today. Tomorrow evening at 7:30, I'll have another one. And I think what I'm going to do next is use the same kit and maybe add a little bit of color just to give you some ideas of some different things you can do. Okay. And I still on Friday will do a fun fold. All right. So any questions, any comments, you can please leave them for me. And I just ask that you be kind, and because that's all, we all try to be kind to each other. And I will do my best to answer those. And I hope until we meet again, everybody has a good week. And until then, happy crafting, my friends. Bye-bye.